here with WWE MMA superstar and Bellator heavyweight fighter, Bobby Lashley. Bobby, thanks so much for being here.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
So, Bobby, tell us, you're traveling a lot these days. What's coming up in the WWE for you?
Well, the WWE stays busy. We're traveling all over the world. This week, actually, I'll be in Toronto Monday.
Yeah.
And the next day, I'm going to London, and then we're doing Japan, and then we do China.
Wow.
All within a week.
Wow. That's insane. So,
Yeah.
are you like, how's your body handling all this traveling and training? Are you fighting injured? Tell me about that.
Man, I tell you what, the wrestling part is the easiest part of the job. The thing that's difficult is the travel. Because we're getting on a plane at the beginning of the week on a Friday, and then we go Friday with the show, and then we're driving like 3 hours in between each show. So with that, it does take a toll on your body. But for me, I always really condition my body, and I stay in good shape. And then when I get home, I do all the due diligence of the rehabbing, the ice, the cryotherapy. And then of course, I'm with a great team. Of course, I always keep my Nutrabolics with me, and I'm doing a lot. It seems like in different phases of my training, I kind of change around my supplements. And right now, I'm using anabolic state a lot because of the recovery. And then there's times where you're on the road where you're a little sluggish and stuff like that when I'm down. So I like Supernova to kind of give me that boost. And it's a running show. It's every day, 4 days a week. And when you do it, you have to be ready. And then they expect you on top of all this to be in the peak shape because, of course, we have TV on Monday nights for Monday Night Raw. So, of course, you want to look good on TV also. So with all the traveling, I got to stay looking the part also.
Well, you look like you're like a week out. Like the veins are popping out. It's crazy. Like, what are you weighing in nowadays?
Man, my weight has like jumped up and down. But I think I'm sitting right around 255, 260.
Wow.
I stay lean, man. I stay lean all year round.
There's probably a million people out there thinking the same thing I am. What kind of tips can you give people that want to look like you? Like, what can you give us? Give us some insight. What do people got to do?
I think a lot of people get into different kind of training programs. They try and experiment. Man, I've had years and years of experimenting on my body.
Yeah.
Because there's different programs. I can ask you for a program. I can get a program from my coach. I can get a program from different people. They may not all work for me.
Right.
And diets, they may not all work for me. I believe that it's not just a set blueprint that works for everyone.
Right.
And I've just found what works for me.
Right.
As far as my training, what I like to do with my training is I like to, every day is a challenge. It keeps me kind of motivated with everything, but every day is a challenge. So when I go up to the gym, like today's workout, I'm working back. I want to get 100 pull-ups, all the way up, all the way down, dead arm pull-ups. That's how I'm going to begin my workout.
Right.
And of course, I don't want to do anything too big where I burn myself out quick. So right now I've been doing sets of 7. 7 good pull-ups, take a break, and then I make it up to 100. That's how I start my workout.
Wow.
So I do a little different kind of training where I can keep myself, my endurance up, but at the same time look the part.
Mm-hmm. What do you got? What's your tip like when you want to perform at your highest level? Whether you're going to WrestleMania, whether you're getting in the cage. Give us a tip. What do you do to perform? Like, how do you get in the mind space? Tell us about that.
For me is, I was talking about this just the other day. For me is, right now there's no if or there's no maybe for me at all with anything. And I think a lot of people go into stuff with I'd like to make it, or if I make it, or maybe I can make it. Whenever I've gone into something, there's no net under the tightrope. For me, I have to perform. Like, I have 3 kids right now. So every judgment that I make, every move that I make is very calculated. When I went from fighting to professional wrestling, I had to sit down and do some soul searching. I had to say, I can't go in this half-ass. I've got to be 100% into it. I got to be 100% dedicated because I have other mouths to feed. So everything that I do right now is I'm at 100% go. There's no waking. There's no if the alarm sets at 5 a.m. and it goes off, There's no, I'm just going to take a break. Not today. I'm going to stay in bed. No, that's not an option. It's get up, do the work that you have to do. It's discipline, man. It's discipline. When I'm on the road, it's discipline. I'm not one of those guys. It's easy to live a rock star lifestyle, especially where we're at. We're in a different city every day. People come and ask, "Oh, can I get your autograph?" We're getting mobbed. It's easy to go out there and get lost into the partying and then the women and different things like that. But for me, I've been really, really dedicated ever since I've been back, and I'm going to stay that way. You know, when I fly in, I get off the plane at like 1 o'clock. I have a show at 7 o'clock that evening. I get right off the plane, go get some fuel in my body, get ready, and then I'm right at the gym. Then I go to the show.
Are you taking your meals with you? I mean, or are you eating out a lot? I mean, tell me about what that food prep and your supplement schedule looks like.
That's been the hardest thing I've had to deal with. A lot of guys have that, you know, that Yeti cooler, the big one, and they take that with them. Most of the wrestlers have that. There's a couple companies that I've been looking at as far as trying to work with and getting my meals. But for me, it's hard because I'm eating on the road a lot. But it's kind of easy a little bit for me is because I love breakfast. So I'm usually getting off the plane, get some eggs, and fuel myself that way. So and then we have catering sometimes at some of the shows. And typically when we have catering's really good meals, and it's really clean, it's really healthy. You have your steak, chicken, your vegetarian options, and then some type of fish every time we have catering. So
that's good.
It's hard, but it's manageable.
What about like shakes? Are you having a lot of shakes when you're traveling?
Yeah. You know, I of course I keep all my supplements with me. I wish I had my bag right here because I just got off the plane. But I always keep a tub of protein with me. It's usually Hydropure or Isobolic. I keep one of those with me, and then I like the waxy maize. I mean, I'm really big on that. It just to me it feels like it keeps me full. Right. Especially with traveling, sometimes I miss meals, so that I don't really get broken down too much. I like to throw that into my shakes, and I like to throw it into my pre-workout.
Right. And I mean, right now, the shape that you're in, can you stay in this shape year round? Like, is this something that's like manageable for you, or do you like fluctuate?
Absolutely. No, I mean, I don't diet. I really don't diet. Wow. I work my ass off. I train hard, and I put the right things in my body. I really don't diet, man. I'm telling you, if you would have saw my diet today, you know, I had something before I got on the plane, but I had a 6 a.m. flight. Then I landed in Denver at 9. I had to go run a couple errands, and then by noon, I was able, or not noon, it was a little bit before noon, maybe 11 o'clock, went over to this little breakfast spot, and I got a big pancake and some eggs, bacon, and some turkey sausage. So it's not the best meal plan. Like, my diet's not the best, but I get away with it with hard work and then everything else that I put in.
So you're training hard. You're able to stay in the shape year round. I mean, what's your goals? You know, coming up for the next 6 to 12 months. I mean, what's that look like?
Man, I have a lot of really, really big things. Of course, with the WWE, they're trying to make it huge. We're global. Just signed a huge deal with CBS. We've done all these deals with Saudi Arabia. We're going to be going out there. So a lot of my attention is focused there. But at the same time, WWE is kind of using their platform to help us do other things. And one thing I was going to start doing is kind of like mentoring some people. I get asked fitness questions nonstop. I mean, to the point where I can't even field all the questions. So I'm actually developing a website, and I'm going to start helping some of the people from everywhere with the questions that they have with fitness. So I'm going to start working with them in that sense. And then we looked at my publicist has a couple ideas for us as far as movies, stuff that are coming out. Because with WWE, I mean, they're giving us an opportunity to do so much more. So there was a couple of hosting opportunities that I had, and then a couple of movie spots that are coming up that I'm going to be looking at also. And then again, fighting is not out the door. I'm still contracted with Bellator, so if there's a fight that makes sense, I'm ready. I'm in.
What's a fight that makes sense for you? Who do you want to fight next? If you could pick anybody.
If I could pick anyone, any organization, it would be Brock for sure.
Yeah? For
sure. I mean, and it's nothing against the guy.
Yeah.
And that's what I keep saying over and over again. It's nothing against anyone. It's strictly business.
Yeah.
Right now, I'm making good money with WWE, so of course I'm not just going to leave it to to go and fight and fight random guys for random money. No, that's not important to me. But of course, Brock is a big one. Fedor is a big one. The champ of the heavyweight tournament of Bellator is a big one. I think those are the main ones that I would be looking at. Either if Fedor doesn't win the tournament, he's still Fedor, so it's still a big fight that I would like to train and fight him. And then whoever wins the heavyweight tournament with Bellator, don't know who that's going to be. If I had to guess, I would guess Ryan Bader. Maybe.
Bader, eh?
Yeah.
That's an interesting choice.
I mean, we would want, man. It's going to happen.
Yeah.
It's not what the crowd needs. It's not what Bellator needs. It may not be what anybody wants, but I think Bader is probably going to win it.
Yeah. Wow. So, I mean, what do you got in terms of, like, you've got your supplements, and your training? I mean, is there anything special that you really do, though, like, that stands out to perform? Like let's say that you're going into a fight and you're mentally, do you ever go into a day that you're mentally not there? Is there something that's, like, you do special that maybe people don't know about that you could let us know about?
Yeah. My son does it also, and I don't know how this rubbed off on him. But before, this is what I used to do, and I used to do it when I wrestled all the time also. My coach is really big on habit. Okay, so whenever we start a lift, or whether we start anything, mitts, anything, I go through this walking series, it's a basic stretching series, and I do it every time because I know at the end of that, I'm ready. So that's the first thing. Another thing I usually do is, I love workout clothes, man. When I find something I like to work out in, I work out in it a lot. Whether it's mitts, whether it's lifting, whatever. So when I get ready to go out and wrestle, to kind of like a mental trigger of mine, when I pull my shirt off right before it, I just bite it and I take that breath. It's kind of a little creepy thing, but it works for me.
Cool.
But there's a smell that you get in your workout clothes that's always there, no matter how much you wash it. There's just something about it. You know, your workout clothes versus the clothes that you wear out. Yeah. And my workout clothes have this certain kind of stench per se to it, and I smell it, and that just kind of puts me back in the gym.
Nice.
Where I'm at my best.
Nice.
Or puts me back in the boxing ring where I'm at my best. Yeah. Because practice is where we're at our best. Right. When we compete, there's all kinds of different variables that happen. Yeah. You know, you do stuff in practice, there's no fear. You know, I can't mess up. I'm just having fun with it.
Right.
When you go and compete, when you enter the cage or the ring or whatever it is, everything locks up. Yeah. So in order to get me back to where I need to be, I pull it off, and that's my intensity trigger.
Nice.
And then I'm right back in there. My mind's ready.
I never heard that before, so I know there's a lot of people out there who are definitely going to try that. Who would you say, out of all the people that you fought, who would you say is the toughest fight you've had? Like, if you had to pick somebody that you think back and you're like, holy smokes, this was freaking, you threw down with him. Who would it be?
Well, you know, I think some of my bigger fights have been in the practice room.
Yeah.
And the reason why I say that is because whenever it goes to fighting, it's all about negotiations. And if the organization is not ready to give the right money for the right fights, a lot of the right fights don't happen. So some of the guys that I wish I would have fought hasn't happened. So some of the guys that I fought in practice, who I'd give the biggest nod to, I'd give the biggest nod to Kane. I mean, the thing about it is I love Kane to death. He's a great training partner. When I had an opportunity to train with him, Kane's the type of person, he's going forward all the time. So you know, a lot of guys, you know, especially when you're fighting, you can move around and there's breathing points, and you get in, boom, boom, and then you get out, and then you take them down, you take a breath, boom, you throw some elbows. It's like a stop and go, stop and go, stop and go. With Kane, there's straight go. You know, from the time that thing rings in your face, you're fighting every second of the time. It's a constant grind. And if you're not ready for that, man, there's no way you're going to beat that guy.
If you got a fight with Brock, are you going to go toe-to-toe with him? Tell me, like, how would you want to go? How would you want it to play out with Brock?
I would go straight up, toe-to-toe with him. And man, it's me. It's like my boxing coach would always say this. There's certain times where you can go around and figure out a fight, work to your strategies, and there's certain times you just have to bite down on that mouthpiece and step in and give them what they want. And that's the kind of fight that you do it with. Because one, you're fighting for yourself. your legacy, but 2, you're fighting for the crowd. Because this is a big hype fight. It's a big money fight. Me and Brock doing anything is a big money fight. Whether he wants to admit it or not, there's a lot of people that want that fight to happen. Whether it's in wrestling, whether it's fighting, they don't know. So in a case like that, bite down and come swinging.
Who do I got to pick up the phone to make that fight happen? Who do I got to call? Huh? Jason Meyer, get on the phone. Huh?
Well, it's in between Vince McMahon and Dana White.
Yeah.
And Scott Coker. There's a lot of people.
Okay.
But I mean, if you look at my Instagram at any point in time, I can post a picture of me and you doing this Skype call right now. Guarantee you at least half of them will be like, you need to fight Brock. You and Brock should have happened. You and Brock this. You and Brock that. Every time I post a picture of my kids, I post a picture of breakfast, pancakes and eggs. You and Brock. I'm like, man, this is pancake and eggs. Like, where are you guys getting this from? That's what they want to see. It's those big money fights. That's what fighting's all about. That's why Brock went back to the UFC. They want to see him in big things. Yeah. They want to see him do big things. That's why Conor and Khabib are happening. That's why these big fights are happening now. Because that's what people want.
Well, listen, Bobby, I mean, I really appreciate you being here for us. Is there anything else you want to ask myself or anything you want to talk about before we wrap up today?
Yeah, you know what? There are some things, and I talked to Rodney a little bit about it before. I mean, we got a great team. I keep up with everyone, and everyone's doing some big thing. Andre, he just won that tournament down in Tampa, which was amazing, awesome. I need to get somebody that wants to work with me on diet a little bit. I know I talked about it before, and I have a terrible diet. I don't think I need diet for the look, but I need diet for just the overall nutrition. Yeah. And there's certain and I want to be able to position my supplements in the right place. Because right now what I'm doing is I always do Supernova before I work out. Just like it, makes me feel good. I turn on music and I have a drink and I'm in it. And then I mix some of the anabolic state throughout my workout. So I have that, and then I do my protein afterwards. That's the bulk of my nutrition. I use the Vitabolics because I just like the multivitamin. It's one that I can get. So that's the bulk of that's almost my whole supplementation. It works for me. I like it, but I want to see if I can work with the nutrition to kind of dial things in a little bit, so I can figure out when I should work out. Especially being on the road. You just I want to take it to the next level. Just recently there was a picture, and I'll send you the picture later. There was a picture of me 10 years ago and me now, and the picture was almost identical. And for me, it looks good. I want to be better.
What's Vince McMahon up to these days? What's he got going on?
I be with him all the time. He's the most. He loves me. Yeah. And he always has. When I came back, he's like, take my number. And he is. Some people don't understand him. Yeah. Because some people don't understand somebody that's made it to his level. Yeah. And right now he's big on growth. I mean, that's his. He gets stuck on different words and different phrases, and growth is a big thing for him. Yeah. You should be constantly. And that's why I want to do the bodybuilding. You cannot be stagnant. You can't be complacent with anything. With him, he wants constant growth. You give him constant growth, he looks at you and he thinks that you're a superstar. If you're willing to grow, I'm willing to grow with you.
Yeah, I'm willing to grow. I want to get in the ring for a cameo. I want you to tell him. Owner of Nutrabolics, I got a deadly headlock, man. Honestly, you tell Vince, watch his back, all right? Put me in the ring.
Hey man, I tell you, he's probably one of the toughest old men that you'll ever meet. I did a story with him 10 years ago. Yeah. He was 60 years old. I hit him with a chair probably at least a good 7 times.
Holy smokes.
He is tough as nails. I wrestled him straight up in a match and hit him with my finish. He is a monster. But the thing that's cool about him is he doesn't ask you to do anything that he hasn't done himself. And he believes he's passionate about everything. He's a mentor of mine. I sit down and talk with him and just pick his brain from time to time. And he says things so simple. Like he came up to me, he says, "What's going on?" And I was like, "Well, kind of doing some house shopping." He goes, "Make sure you build a castle because the king lives in a castle." And he walks off, and I was just like, "All right." And he just kind of looks back at me. he has certain people that he looks at and he says, this guy's a star, this guy is basically a player, player in the game.
Yeah.
He's always looked at me as a star, so he's always come to me and he's always said things to make me kind of think bigger.
Yeah.
And right now it's a challenging time for me in wrestling because he's so big on trying. He wants me to develop layers. That's what he says. Because we know that Bobby can go down there and kick somebody's ass when he needs to. And Bobby can be upset and break somebody in half when he needs to. But he wants to see Bobby laughing. He wants to see Bobby joking. He wants people to get to know me because I've done a lot of work with kids and different things like that. He wants to start developing that stuff. And he's behind that stuff 100%. That's why I don't have too many people on my team. Like when I work with you guys, I work with Nutrabolics. Like I feel like everybody there is more than just, I get supplements from you guys and then I wear it every once in a while. It goes further than that. And I don't have any, like if you look at my Instagram, I'm not posting anybody else. Nobody else is not talking about it. So I keep my circle of influence and circle of team really, really close. And it's right now, it's the WWE. I have Scott Coker and Bellator. I have Nutrabolics. And then there's my kids. That's my team. So what I'm doing is I want to do more to kind of give back to that team. And I think doing bodybuilding is kind of like a natural thing that I can not necessarily pour my whole entire career into, but it's something that I maybe can do to kind of show some, versatility with me.
Well, absolutely. I mean, you got to get on stage at least once in your lifetime, right? Just to say you did it, right?
Take my shirt off.
Just to say you did it, right? Why not?
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah. Yep.
All right. Well, listen, thanks for coming on the show, Bobby. We really appreciate it, man. And I will be in touch for that diet.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you.
Okay, take care. Okay. All right, have a good one.